Jeez. Well, hello there, everybody. It's your boy FluffyPeanuts once again, and we're doing a Stormweaver Castle Crit, Castle Element Spark build. Okay, this is the budget version. Alright, I have built this build with less than 150 div. Less than 150 div, more like 120, maybe 115. Okay, and that is true to the name right here. I just did it. Somebody came into my chat and said that I gotta look up somebody and they have a budget build. I'd seen it. And it says 100 div. Yeah, well, that was a lie. I looked at their analytics and it was not 100 div. Okay, it was more like almost 1,000 div. All right. So with that being said, we're getting into this. I'm going to show you the budget build. All right, we're gonna go in here. First things first. We're gonna do our skills here. Our skills here are pretty basic. All right, we're gonna go with Elemental Storm, Ignite 2, Magnified Area 2, Cooldown Recovery 2, Arbiter's Ignition, and Cold Mastery. And I'm pretty sure Arbiter Ignition is pretty cheap. Okay, so we're gonna go down here. Arbiter's Ignition. Arbiter's Ignition. Okay, Arbiter's Ignition. We're gonna do, I don't know, Exalts. To Divine. So I don't have any div. So with that being said, this is 2,700. So 600 is right now what's currently for Exalt on July 8th. Okay. So yeah, 3 div for that. Then we're gonna go over here to Pinnacle of Power. We're using a dual Pinnacle Power setup. We're using one just mainly for charges and one for DPS. Pinnacle of Power, heightened charges, Cold Mastery, Prolonged Duration 2, Cooldown Recovery 2. Then on our weapon set 2, we're using Pinnacle Power as well. We're just copy and pasting. Okay, the same setup, heightened charges, Prolonged Duration 2, Cold Mastery, Cooldown Recovery 2. Then we're going to go to our Spark. Our Spark's a level 19. Okay, you can also do this with an 18 Spark. Alright, this is corrupting because I was testing something. But anyways, and it's only at 15% quality, which we were decimating, as you can see in the clips. Okay, Pinnacle, Pinpoint, Critical, Valor's Propulsion. This is just a couple exalts. Fork, Rapid Casting 2, Zenith 2. Then we're going to go to Elemental Conflicts, which is also only 19. Okay, we're going to do Lightning Mastery, Clarity 2, Prolonged Duration 2. Frost Bomb, we're going to do Frost Bomb level 19. All these skills are level 19 or below. We're going to do Short Fuse 2, Spell Echo 2, Cooldown Recovery 2, and Overabundance 1. Then we're going to go with Elemental Resistances. Elemental Weakness, we're going to use this on our major bosses, which you don't really need to, but it's always safe to have. Heightened Cursed, Magnified Area 2. Then we're going to use Castle Elemental Element. Okay, we're going to have it at 20% quality. Make sure all your stuff is 20% quality. This is also level 19 as well. We're going to go with the Comet, that's also level 19 with 20 quality. We're going to go with Comet, Pinpoint Critical, Living Bomb. Okay, which is only at level 12. Alright. We just need it for the Fire Infusion, Spell Cascade, and Ballast Energy 2. Then we're going to Mana Resonance, also level 19. Harmonic Remnants 2, Remnants Potency 3, and Katal's Reservation as well. This is only going to be a couple of div as well, which easy to get. Castle and Critical, we're going to do, it's also level 19 with 20% as well. Same with the Comet, level 19, 20%. Zenith 2. Pinpoint Critical 2, Spell Cascade, and Ballast Energy 2, Siphon Remnants. Okay, this needs to be 19. I know it says 21 here. Okay. I think I have Oh. Go. Siphon remnants. There we go. Here. Do this. That right there. These. Put them in here. Alright, there we go. Level 18, 20%. Okay. Alright, Firestorm. Level 19. Spell Cascade. Unleash. And we're going to go Zorok's Refrain and Morgana's Tempest. These are all exalts. Do not need any. We do not need any div for these. These are all pretty cheap. Less than like what? Probably 6 div just in uniques for that. Okay, now we're going to go over here to our gear. Our gear is going to be Adonia's Ego. Alright, this is a +4. This is where it's going to get a little bit expensive. +4 right here. +4 cast speed. 34 div. We're going to go to our second weapon set, which is going to have our +1 of power charges. That's very important. You have +1 of power charges for your second weapon set. Your first weapon set does not matter, okay, because we're not using it to build up power charges. And this is going to be 20 divine as of right now. Okay, with a dual socket, which you don't need a dual socket, you just need a single socket. But in our case, we got a dual socket. Alright, it's a +3 to the level to all spell skills as well, by the way. Does not matter. We're just using it to gain power charges. Okay. Alright, so right there's what? 57 div. Okay. Then we're going to go with our rings here. We're going to do increased mana, cast speed, lightning resistance, mana regeneration. Alright. Spell damage while full energy shield does not matter. We're using Mom. Okay, so put this in here. Take that out. Mana. It was not 20 divine, by the way. You're gonna have to search this. I only spent, I think, only 3 div on it. Alright, if you check out my live stream on August 8th, not August, but July 8th. Okay, I'm doing this while we're live streaming. I did not spend that much on this, so I only spent like 3 div. Okay. Alright, same here. We're going to go with 50 spirit, 30 intelligence, fire, and cold res. Get our reses out with the maximum energy shield. All of our gear we're going to want, besides the unique gloves here, which is about 7 div. All this stuff right here, our helmet, our armor, and our boots, we're going to try to get as much energy shield as we possibly can with mana. Alright. So with that being said, we're going to go up to the helmet, which is +1 to power charges. Okay, and we added mana and defense on it. Okay, we just definitely want the maximum to power charges. That's a big must. So that way we can get more power charges mean more damage. Alright. Then we're going with our boots. I found one that's 25% movement speed with intelligence and mana on it with some res. That's what we want. Then we're going to go over here. I found a +2 to all spell skills with 37 spirit with intelligence and chaos on it, and I put cook on it. I actually bought it with cook, which is okay. Increase critical damage 60%. Reduce the armor and evasion and energy shield does not matter because we're using Mom. It does not count towards that. Alright, then we're going to go to our other ring set, which we found one that had rarity on it, which didn't matter to me. I was not looking for it. Alright, but we found one that was pretty cheap with mana and cast speed and mana regeneration, lightning res. Okay. Then we're going to go over here to our scepter. Our scepter, we're going to lock it for weapon set 1 and 2. So that way we only had to buy one. With that being said, if we got intelligence with mana and mana regeneration and spirit. So the main thing you want on this is going to be spirit, as much spirit as you can get, which would be nice. And mana. That's all you need on this. With mana regeneration will also help as well. You can get these things pretty darn cheap. I spent, I think, less than 10 div on this. Alright, then you're just going to lock it into your weapon set 2. Then over here to our belt is also pretty cheap as well. Just a couple of divines, maybe less than that. We want with the mana. And we're going to deal with increase cast speed during the effect of flask and memory, and we're going to want remnants on it as well for picking up for additional remnants, and we're also going to want spell damage during any flask effect, which means that this right here, Lavage of the Spirits, is a big key component to this thing because it's automatically constantly applying the effect of the mana. Okay, that's why you cannot use it. So with that being said, that is all for the gear. Obviously, I got all my max gear right here. Almost max gear sitting right here down at the bottom. I wanted to show everybody this. Okay. Well, we didn't go over the unique. The bracers right here is definitely what we want. 8 div. Okay. 8 div for these bracers. You're going to want this. Just put cast speed in it. With these sockets as well, you can take these armor reservations out if you want and just put mana, perfect manas in it if you want to. I just left them the same, just left them to whatever they were, which was obviously it's going to be the runes, the iron runes in here to increase the energy shield base for these. Now remember, your helmet, armor, and your boots, you want base energy shield, okay? Alright, now we're going to look at our passive tree. Our passive tree here, okay? Make sure you pay attention for the weapon swapping. Alright, so as you can tell, the green is for 2. Weapon set 2. And the reason why we do that, because that's where we're going to put all of our max orb limit, which is basically our power charges. Alright, that's what we're going to be doing here. So make sure you keep in mind with that. And our weapon set 2 is basically going to be all of our damage now, majority of our damage nodes. So make sure you keep in mind of that when you're looking at this. Okay. And what this does, when you swap out the weapon sets, it doesn't count for 2, it only counts for 1. So yeah, I think it's like every couple you get like an extra skill point because you're not using both of your weapon sets for the skill point. Okay, on your passive tree. All right, that's why they only allow you to have 24 for each. Okay, so basically that's why when you're looking at builds and they do that, so they can potentially get another skill point that they can add to their tree. All right, basically it cuts the skill point in half because technically when you add a skill point, it counts for 2. Okay. Technically, it counts for 2. Well, it counts for 1, but you split it in half when you divide it between weapon sets. If that makes any sense. Okay, so that's basically what we're going to focus on right here. Just make sure you keep in mind and pay attention to the weapon swapping. And we're going to take Mom over here, okay? And we're going to take Eldritch Battery as well to transfer it over to mana. Alright? And right now we're sitting at 3,400 with less than 120 div put into this build. Okay, your jewels can get expensive, but basically what you want on these is critical hit chance. Alright, like this right here, 4 div. Somebody posted one. What I do, I get that when I get a div. When I get enough div, I sit there and I buy the lowest one of these for critical hit chance and critical hit chance spells, get some for spell damage. And what I do, I div it up to try to get it to max out as close as I can, because these are all tier 1 modifiers on your jewel sockets. All your jewels are always tier 1 modifiers. But you're at least going to want one of these, which is going to be maximum mana on kill with critical hit chance, and I just added damage to it. I just bought this. It was only 8 div. Okay, the rest of these are going to be anywhere between the range of 7 to 8 div, maybe 10. If you got the extra div, obviously, go for it. This right here is 5 div. You get 2 of these right here, 5 to 7 div, and you'll be good. Okay, it does not take much to get this build running, as I obviously showed you guys into the previous the video clips that you guys saw. I would do more of the pinnacle bossing, but I know it's going to work. So with that being said, guys, I hope this helps you out, and this is a cheap, fun build. All right, so with that being said, guys, I'll catch y'all later. Until next time, deuces.